Hello and welcome to today's Meet the Charity. I'm Laura Augustine, Volunteer Support Officer for Action Together Rochdale, and today I'm joined by Nelly from Hand Community CIC, who's here to talk about who Hand in Hand are, the work they do, people they support, and any current volunteering opportunities they may have, and how you can be involved. Hi, Nelly.
Hi, Laura.
Hello.
Hi, I'm Nelly Kwasingwi, and I'm the director, one of the directors for Hand Community CIC. So we are based in Greater Manchester, and our base is in Rochdale. We work with disadvantaged families who are at risk of not attaining their life potentials due to lack of opportunities. So our focus is on mental health, emotional well-being, and the importance of early intervention, especially for children with language delays. Yeah. So we run workshops, we do activities like holiday activities, and recently we did Know Your Neighborhood, where we explored reservoirs in Rochdale. And at the minute, we need volunteers to help us with our activities.
Excellent. Thank you. You mentioned you were based in Greater Manchester. Whereabouts in Greater Manchester are you based, Nelly?
In Rochdale.
Excellent.
In Rochdale.
So do you want to tell me a little bit about the volunteer opportunities you currently have on offer for volunteers if they wish to join?
Yeah, so currently we are looking for volunteers to help us with our emotional well-being workshops, because we are running emotional well-being workshops for adults at the minute. So we need volunteers, and what the volunteers will do is help support with admin work on the day of the workshop, like giving out handouts and just ensuring that participants are comfortable, because since it's emotions, sometimes the topics that we talk about might be trigger to people's deep felt emotions that probably they have not expressed. So we just need volunteers to be able to identify people who are struggling and then to give them that reassurance, and then it ends there. So after the session, there will be staff, myself included, who will meet those who are struggling to give them the necessary support.
Excellent. How would volunteers apply for the volunteer role, Nelly?
So at the minute we have in two ways actually. We have one on Action Together's website where volunteers can apply there, and also we have on our website there's a link where there's a short questionnaire about like personal details from the volunteers.
Okay, and do you have your website address to hand? Do you know what it is?
Yeah, so our website address is www.handcommunitycic.com.
That's great, thank you. And as Nelly said, you can also look on Action Together's website, which is www.actiontogether.org.uk under the volunteering section. Thank you. So when a volunteer expresses an interest, what's the kind of next step? What would the volunteer have to do next? So what's your kind of process?
So just knowing that this is a very sensitive aspect that we get into, we will need we will require the volunteer to be able to have some safeguarding skills. So we will offer safeguarding training both for adults and for children, just basic. And then again, it's sensitive. So depending on what the audience are, they might have to do, the volunteers might need DBS checks, because they're vulnerable people we deal with. But for the cost of the DBS, Hand in Hand will take charge of that.
Okay, excellent. So when they've had the training and the DBS, if they need it, then they'll kind of come along to the sessions and volunteer. Is that right?
Yeah, so we'll have like an induction to give them an overview of what is. That can be virtual. So we tell them how the sessions are going to run and what they are expected to do. And on the day or when the workshop starts, we will have like a briefing earlier on before the session starts and a debrief after, because sometimes it will provoke, the workshop might provoke situations or experiences of volunteers which I will not like them to go home with a load. So we'll always have debriefs after.
Oh, that's great. Excellent idea. So are the workshops up and running now, or is it something that's coming? When will the volunteers kind of be required? Certain days, hours?
So for now, we will run the workshops weekends and evening, particularly on Saturdays and in the evenings.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's when we'll need volunteers.
That's fine, thank you. Are there any specific skills, training or qualifications required? I know you mentioned they'd need to have safeguarding training, which they can do through you. Is there any other skills or training required?
I think if you have the desire to help people, that will be the most important one. And listening, if you are good at listening and observation skills, really, those are the basics that we will need, or volunteers will need.
Great, thank you. Do you offer any expenses, travel expenses and things like that?
Yeah, we cover travel expenses, and in the workshops we provide snacks, obviously.
Yeah. Oh, that's great. You've already touched on DBS checks, which is fine. So how do you support volunteers in their volunteer role?
So when volunteers, we will guide them in knowing what they are expected to do, or the expectation that will come ahead. So if volunteers struggle, because we are focused on mental, emotional health, then we can give them the support so they are able to carry on their volunteering role. Or if we are unable to support them, then we will direct them to where they can get appropriate support, such as mine, if they struggle with their mental health or emotional well-being.
Oh, that's great. It's a great offer, Nelly. It's fantastic. How do you show appreciation to your volunteers?
So at the end of every session, because the sessions run for 4 weeks, we give a certificate of attendance, just to, something that you can visually and you can see and touch that you took part in the role as a volunteer. So
Absolutely.
That's an appreciation, yeah.
Well, that's great. And it's obviously that's something physical that you can also use if you go on to look for work as well. You can take it and show employers and things like that. That's really, really good. And finally, how can people get in touch with you if they wish to access your service? So maybe not necessarily volunteering, but if they feel the need maybe to attend your workshop, or if they need to access any other services, how do they get in touch with you, Nelly?
I think the easiest way is to get on our website, which I've said the link before, but I'll still say it because all of our information is on our website.
Yeah.
And other activities that we are doing, people can find on our website. I'll just say our website again is www.handcommunitycic.com. All of our information, email addresses, contact details are there.
Excellent, thank you very much. As Nelly said, do head over to the website. You'll find all the information you need there. And also, if you want to view that specific role that Nelly's talked about, do head over to actiontogether.org.uk. You can find it on there. Or you can contact myself directly, laura.augustine@actiontogether.org.uk. I'll be more than happy to help. Well, thank you very much, Nelly. That was fantastic.
Thank you so much, Laura. Thank you.
Thank you.